I'm at Innis fly fishery here in St Austel, fishing the 9'5" weight technique rod and a new anti-wake hover tip. 2 foot of the tip just breaks the water surface and sits there. I'm pulling 2 flies. Top dropper is a cormorant, point fly is a small gold head cat's whisker. Just underneath the surface there, I can just see it. Nice, nice. You don't want a fly line to make a wake. Okay, if it creates a wake on its retrieve, I think I know it scares fish. Nice little ripple, cloud cover, October. What could possibly go wrong? Pull those, get those underneath the surface. Stand to the left so you can see me. Yeah, that's nice. That tip, I haven't allowed the tip to quite break the surface because as soon as it's landing, I'm retrieving. So it's acting as like a, I don't know, an anti-weight line. Whew. Goes out nice and straight, even with a back cast like that. Just gonna let that tip of that fly line just break the surface of the water. So it's gonna go down to about that much. What are you gonna call that? 3-4 inches? And when fish are looking up, that's what you want. If they see the fly line creating a wake, a surface disturbance, they don't like it, it scares them. Little twitches, bringing it back. Start with mini lures and cormorants. See if they want to chase. It's the middle of the day. I never like the middle of the day on a fishery. But, hey, let's see how we get on. 9'5" weight technique. Very sort of fast recovery, but it bends a lot. It bends a lot. You need a rod to bend a lot. It's my mantra. You should know it by now. Rods should have a lot of feel in them. When you're playing a fish, if a rod's too stiff, you lose it. It's as simple as that. Yep, that cat's whisker is literally 4 inches below the surface, exactly where I want it. It's quite a long-headed fly line, this. What it means is I can make a long cast, watch this now, and it remains very stable, so it turns over a longer leader, so I can fish 2-3 flies with these. This is the new Sunray hover tip, midge tip, whatever you want to call it. 2 foot of the tip just breaks the surface of the water to fish those flies in the top 4 inches. So think spiders, think rising chironomids, think anti-wake tip for lures, cormorants, things like that. The top 6 inches, this is what you want. If you've got a full float and you're retrieving, pulling, quite often creates a wake. I think that wake scares fish, but I know it does. Actually quite warm. There you go. Oh, he came off. Yeah, nice. That tip's really working. It's doing exactly what I want it to do. So, I wasn't taking aggressively. It's got a longer head on it. It's about, I don't know, maybe 60 foot in total. Tapers are what we call compound tapers, which means they're fancy basically. They go like that, and it sort of modulates. I use this analogy of, remember Mousetrap, the board game, dropping a ball bearing and it like that. That's what the energy does on this line.
The game's Mousetrap. Build a contraption to trap the other mice, but don't get caught yourself.
Turn the crank, use the boost. Suddenly, we're down the chute. Move the hand, the marble drop, the diver foot. We just can't stop. This is zany action, a crazy contraption. The fun is catching. You wanna bite?
It's not what we call a shooting head taper. It's a long head profile. A few more false casts just to get the whole head length out. But then, makes really nice, long, stable casts like that. Turns over the leader perfectly. Just let that tip break the water a little bit. Yeah? Break the water surface. Making this line is quite difficult, to be honest. Little physics lesson. Water has the specific gravity of 1. So to make something sink, it has to be greater than 1. But you have to take into account the meniscus, the water surface film tension. That has an energy as well. So you've got to break the surface of the water. In the same way that a pin, if you drop it on the water a certain way, it won't sink, but it's metal. It's because you have to break the surface tension of the water. So it's a real balancing act between a fine diameter front taper tip and the specific gravity of the coating. It can all be a bit touchy-feely at times. Believe me, the factory will not thank you if you ask for multiple different designs just to get it right. Oh, it's not quite. Oh. They won't thank you for that, trust me. You'll become very unpopular very quickly. So, it comes with experience, you know, just knowing what diameter of plastic will break the surface film, and then what we call microspheres, which are small glass bubbles, to put in to adjust the specific gravity of the tip. And that's what I've done here with this hover line. It's got the perfect balance of diameter of tip to break the surface tension, and then specific gravity using microspheres to put it where I want it, which is the top 4 inches. Sunray, hover tip. Oh, he had a fish take already. Wasn't really concentrating, so I didn't strike very well. I think I can see fish moving out there in the centre of the lake. Oh, that tip's gorgeous. Just the end of that line, that fly line, it's just breaking the surface in a lovely, gentle sort of, stop standing on your line, lovely, gentle arc. I've got a weird backcast here. I have to punch it high to get it out like that. Could fish a longer rod, probably make it easier on myself, but I don't want to. I want to fish really light today. Got a very soft action technique 5-weight here. Yeah, see that's fish moving right out in the middle of the lake. It's a big cast. See those jumping? They're not big fish, probably nearly stocked. Let's try and cover those. Okay, nice gentle pickup. There's a longer head, so you've got a few more false casts to get it out the tip. Don't stand on it. That'd help. And then, yeah, okay, so now it's out in the fish, where the fish are. I expect a fish here, to be honest. Okay, I'm going to punch one out here. Well, I know that's covering the fish. Just not sure if they are taking fish. When you see fish sort of doing that, they're not really taking, they're doing something else. Oh, there you go. So yeah, second fish already. Quite pleased about that, not taking long. He has taken, oh, this technique. You see, I'm using a 5-weight today, the technique, because they're not big fish in here. This is only a pound and a half. But see that curve on that rod? That's what you want. Pull him out of those weeds. Yeah, he's taking the point fly. Good fun. First fish of the day. I'm at Innis fly fishery here in St Austel. Well maintained fishery, very, very nice. 3 lakes, I think. I'm on the Technique 9-foot 5-weight here, using the new hover tip sunray line. Quite a long-headed fly line. The fish are out in the middle of the lake today, so it's a long cast to cover them, but you can't have it landing like a heap. So this new line's enabled me to do that. Normally you'd be using a 10-foot rod, 7 weight, 9'5". Nice fish. Barbless hooks. Don't even need to get him out of the water. Bring him in. Yeah, hard fighters here, Innis. Good fun. Good fun. Here we go. As I say, no need to even get him out of the water. There he is, away he goes. Okay, great, good fun. 9'5" weight technique. The new hover tip, long-headed fly line from Sunray.